This is another commentary from Father Barron's New Testament by St. Jerome, who lived from 347 to 420. He says, two different emotions filled the minds of these women, the ones who discovered the empty tomb, the angel, and eventually Jesus. Two different emotions filled the minds of these women, fear and joy. The fear came from the scale of the miracle they had witnessed, the joy from seeing their longings for the resurrection fulfilled. Both feelings drove them forward. They continued till they met the apostles in order that the seed of faith would be sown abroad. Thus it happened that Eve's curse was undone by these women. That's really interesting. Normally we think of Eve's curse as being undone by the Virgin Mary, but St. Jerome says it was undone by these women who discovered the empty tomb and who in their fear and joy spread the good news to the apostles, who then spread the good news all over the world. So that in a sense, the first evangelists were these women, women who were not highly regarded at that time in that culture. And it was these women and their fear and joy. That's what we miss in most of our parishes, that combination. I don't think you can have real joy without some sort of awe or wonder. I mean, just if you look at this is the grasslands somewhere in Kansas. You just look at that and you say, you have a certain wonder. You wouldn't call it fear, but it's perhaps awe. You have to be stunned. You have to be in amazement. And they were both that and probably afraid. I mean, talking to angels apparently scares anybody because the angels usually say, don't be afraid. That's usually the first thing they say. We miss that in our faith, that fear and awe, that wonder, that amazement. And of course, without that, we can't feel the joy. We can't conceive of the joy of the resurrection. Somehow the two need to go together. And I think that's one of the reasons it's important to stay grounded in Scripture, because then you're not floating about with these bad church songs that are more or less like hymns, and you're not floating about with people getting all sorts of weird notions about who Jesus may or may not be according to their own particular theory. You can be grounded in the wonder of it, the fear of it, the awe of it all, and through all of that, somehow, the joy.